Well, I am now in Idaho, near Boise, and it was a little tricky, I guess, a little touch and go for a part of it because, well, I'll start off. I got the Niners ticket in the, weird to say single ticket, got the Niners ticket in the morning. I had a feeling there'd be a good price, and there was really good price. I mean, the front row, really. I mean, yeah, it was the front row. There's a few people down actually on the field, but this is the closest you can get in the stands. And for the price, it was like just amazing. Yeah, it was like pretty cool, and the stadium was packed. So anyway, I basically checked out of the hotel, stowed my bags there, which is one reason I picked the nice hotel. I wanted to make sure they had that service and like they were trustworthy. Although hotels aren't gonna like take that kind of people working hotels don't usually do stuff like that. I then took an Uber all the way to Levi Stadium. Um, Watched the game, great game, had a lot of fun, and then afterwards, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want Uber to come in the middle of the crowd because then I'd be sitting in the traffic. So I just walked out of the traffic and then just kept walking. So I walked maybe 2, 3 miles. I had time. Stopped for a little snack, and then I figured I would just call Uber when I got close to 237, the main, the freeway. Well, at some point my phone was, I mean, I had been taking pictures and videos and stuff all day, so at some point my phone had like 16%. I was like getting close to like, oh man. And I figured no problem, I got my charger. I thought, well, wait, did I remember the cable? I thought, oh yeah, I got the cable. So I got my portable charger. Well, I brought the wrong cable. I brought a USB cable, and I needed the proprietary greed cable, as I call it, from Apple, because they have to have their own cable. So due to Apple's greed, I almost had a big problem. And it was also my absent-mindedness. I could have checked the cable better. But it just sucks that I have to do stuff like that. But again, next year Apple's going to do the USB-C, so only because the European Union forced them to. Otherwise, they'd still be doing their own cable anyway. So I did have enough to like get Uber. Like I turned the screen down first, like one of the first things I did, and then I got Uber. I should have gone to low power mode. You can turn off Bluetooth and other stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, Uber came, picked me up, and brought me to the hotel. I picked up my bags and then had to wait for the shuttle. Got the shuttle. The shuttle took me to the airport. At the airport, I went to the lounge, but I was so tired at that point. I had a little bit of food in the lounge, and they had some like eggnog, spiked eggnog drink that I saw somebody else like, what's that? Like, oh, it's our special today. I'll take that. So I got the special eggnog drink. It was good, actually. The food was okay. That's the thing about lounges. I think it's good if it's a free thing, if the lounge is given to you. But paying for a lounge or working extra flights just to get that access, nah, I don't think it's worth it. Although it can be nice to sit down sometimes in a quiet place. So, and I have one more, I think, lounge pass before the end of the year, which I don't know if I'll be able to use. Yeah, it's gonna go to waste. Oh well. So anyway, yeah, I got on the flight, and I just yeah, I put my face mask on, eye mask, and I kind of slept the whole way. Didn't I don't even know if they served any drinks or anything like that, but no, I just goes out, and then we're landing, and that's when I tried to get Uber. Well, Uber wanted like $85 for the drive. It's only a 30-mile drive, and then Lyft wanted like 45, 50. So I don't go with Lyft. Well, I tried Lyft out, and Lyft said, oh, what did Lyft say? Oh, we're looking for a driver. So about 10 minutes waiting, and then finally it says, oh, found a driver, 15 minutes. So I'm waiting like another 10 minutes for this driver to like, get closer. And then the driver calls me. It's like, okay, hello. He's like, hey, I'm your driver, but I want to stick around the Boise area, which makes sense. So he said, if you're still there at 2 though, I can make the drive around 2 o'clock. So if you can't find a driver by 2 a.m. And this was like at 12:30 or 12, yeah, about 12:30. Like, Okay, thank you. I actually said, here's the number. And it was nice that he wanted to like make sure I got a ride, if nothing else. But like 2 a.m. is a little late, although it ended up being close to 2 a.m. So then Lyft keeps like, okay, we're going to keep looking for a driver. And it finally kind of timed out and said, hey, we can't find any drivers right now for you, but you can try again. And I said, well, let me check Uber. And now Uber's up to $120. Like, oh no. So I go back and have Lyft go again, and it's working, looking, and then about I think it was like 20. I don't know, it wasn't 20 minutes, about 10 minutes, and then they said, I found your driver, and it's going to take 15 minutes. Like, oh, okay. So I was all right, so I let it do it. And then I go back to Uber. I have nothing else to do. I'm just checking prices. And Uber says, $45 now, because it was high because of the demand. So it's got a lot of demand. There's fewer drivers, so it's higher. And it makes sense. It went from 117 down to 45, and it says 2 minutes away. It's like, oh, but I already got a ride coming that's 15 minutes, and I didn't want to cancel. I don't even know if you can without a penalty at that point. So anyway, and the ride for Uber or for Lyft was about $48 or anyway or something. Oh, I got a tip too. I'll probably tip $20 for this thing because, yeah, I finally got picked up, and then it was fine around Boise, but then you get out to here to the smaller cities, and yeah, it was like definitely the last street was just like frozen snow. Probably not an ideal thing to drive on unless you have special, tires or car. Yeah. So now it's been in 4 time zones in 3 days. So kind of London, New York, San Francisco, and now Idaho, which I think is mountain. Yeah. And I'll get some sleep and spend Christmas with some family, and then home tomorrow night, and then Monday, a day of rest, I guess, and then Tuesday is a carpool drive back to Idaho, actually. Different part, but yeah. Good times. Good times. But not the best time of year to do all this traveling. It's like if I'm going to go to London, next time London's going to be in nicer weather, I think. Just the risks of, and actually it was fine until if this storm hadn't happened, everything would probably be a lot better. But yeah, these storms do happen. In fact, this is the 3rd time it's affected my travel. So yeah, probably want to adjust what I do for the holiday season for traveling, or make it a little less risky. All right, that's it. Cheers.